All right, what's the formula for the surface area?
2 times 5 times radius squared plus 2 squared.
All right, let me say it. It's 2 times pi times the radius squared. And when you get that, you add it to 2 times pi times the radius times the height. Pictures at this time. We're going to find the surface area of a cylinder. Yesterday we found the surface area of a prism, whether it's triangular or rectangular. Today we're going to find the surface area of a cylinder. Okay? This is an example of a cylinder. Imagine a Pringles can. Have y'all ever had a can of chips from Pringles? Same thing. Okay? We want to know how much space is on the top, on the side, and on the bottom. Okay? But you have to understand that there's two different shapes here. We're going to unravel the middle part to make it into a what? A rectangle. But these two top parts are circles. So you need two formulas. The formula for the area of a circle is pi times r squared, and the formula for the area of a rectangle is length times width. You need those two formulas to solve for the surface area of this. Okay? Now the surface area of this circle, what formula do I use?
The first one.
Pi times r squared. Now our first step is to find the area of each of these circles. Our second step is going to be to find the area of the middle portion. Okay? Now the area of this circle is pi times r squared. What's r? 7. Half of the diameter is the radius. So I've got pi times 7 squared. So I've got pi, 7 squared is just 7 squared, times 49. What's pi times 49?
153.86.
So the area of this circle is 153.86. Now, how many circles are there?
2.
So I add it again for my second circle. Okay, so this is the first circle, the top, this is the bottom. Now, the cylinder is a little more tricky. Remember, our cylinder looks something like this. Okay, a piece of folded paper to make a circle. We can't find the surface area of this rounded piece of paper. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to unravel it and make it into a what?
Rectangle.
A rectangle. Okay? So let's unravel it and make it into a rectangle. And when we do that, we know the length is what? 30. So we go ahead and write our length is 30. What we don't know, see on our piece of paper, here's our piece of paper. Our diameter's across here. Well, when we unfold it, we don't know what our length is. Okay? So there's a formula for the width. The width is pi times the diameter. In this case, what is the diameter? 14. So to find the width, you do pi times 14, and what do you get?
43.93.
43.96. Okay? So, nothing so far has been that difficult. We found the area of two circles. We've been doing that all year.
Actually, it's easy.
And we added them both up. Then we unraveled our cylinder into a rectangle. We knew that this was 30 because it's right there, 30. The only thing we didn't know, and the most confusing part of this problem, is to find the length up and down, or the width up and down, whatever you want to say. I gave you the formula for it. Pi times the diameter. Okay? Pi times 14 in this case, because the diameter was 14. And that gave us 43.96. Now we have a rectangle, and the area of a rectangle is length times width. So I've got 30 times 43.96, so what does that give you? 1,300 or something? Length times width. What is it? 1,318. This is the area of my cylinder, my surface area. Okay? So we know that this circle was 153. This circle was 153. And the cylinder surface area is 1,318 by multiplying 30 times 43. Okay? Now you need to add them all three up, and that'll give you the surface area of the whole Pringles can. What is it?
1,933.
1,933 what?
0.38.
0.38. And it's going to be some unit squared. Okay, so you just found the surface area of the cylinder with height 30 and diameter 14. Now here's a better picture of a diameter than what I'm able to draw. It tells you from the center to the outer edge is the radius, from one end to the other is the diameter. Right there, diameter, radius. Up and down, or the longest end from one circle to another circle, is the height. Okay? Now, here's another cylinder that we want to find the what of?
Area.
The surface area, not the area, the surface area. Okay? So first we want to find the surface area of this top circle and this bottom circle. What formula do we use? Pi times r squared. Now what's radius? 6. So we say pi times 6 squared. 6 squared is 36 times pi. What's 36 times pi? 113.04. Now how many of these circles are there? 2. So we got to have 2 surface areas. Now the last thing we got to do is take this circle that's raveled up and unravel it into a rectangle. Because we don't know how to find the area of this, we know how to find the area of a rectangle, right? Okay? So, I take, what was the formula? First, let's draw this. And what's my height? 6. But what I don't know is this, right? What did I say the formula for it was? Pi times the diameter. Look on your paper. I don't know why y'all are guessing wrong when you've written it down. Okay? This unknown side is pi times the diameter. The diameter is not 6, it's what?
12.
12 times pi is what?
37.68.
Now, this means that you know the length and width of the cylinder. We know the length and width of a rectangle. You just multiply. What is 37.68 times 6?
226.08.
So now we have circle, circle, cylinder. You add them all up and it gives you the surface area of the whole thing. What is it when you add it all up? 452.16. And the unit is what? Centimeters squared. So your final answer for the surface area here is 452.16 centimeters squared. Now remember, when you unravel it, the way you find this is pi times the diameter. Don't forget that. The day is to find the surface area of this cylinder. They don't give you a picture, so you have to be able to draw it yourself. It's a cylinder, so let's go ahead and draw a cylinder. You just draw a circle, draw a line down, create a half circle here, and then dot this half circle. Okay? So there's a cylinder. Now it tells you the radius is how much?
3.
The radius is 3 and the height is 5. Just from reading what's right here. Okay? Now, I've got to first find the area of the circles and add them up. We know the formula is pi r squared. So r is 3. 3 squared is 9 times pi is what?
28.26.
28.26. And you write that twice because there's 2 circles. See? 1, 2 circles, 1, 2 surface areas. Now we have to unroll this to look like a rectangle. And we know the height of it is 5, but we don't know the length here. Okay? What's the diameter of this? 6. And I tell you the width here is pi times the diameter. 6 times pi is what?
18.84.
Okay, 18.84. So now you multiply length times width, 18.84 times 5. And that's 94.2. So now you have 94.2. And you got to add these 3. So you got 94.2 plus 28.26 plus 28.26. And that's 150.72.
Where did you get 18.4 from?
And that is, what did it say? Inches squared.
150.5.
So today we learned how to find the surface area of a cylinder.